Health deaths in Essex resumes. Its chair promises to seek out the truth.
I've been fighting 13 years. I can't tell you how many investigations and reviews and how many walls that I've knocked my head against. I'm just hoping that this isn't another wasted investigation.
Also in the programme, the pothole problem and how it's become a major local election issue. A dramatic weekend with commiserations and celebrations for Ipswich footballers.
And I'm in Suffolk, finding out why one of the biggest music and arts festivals in our region is putting science on the stage this year.
Good evening. First tonight, the bereaved families gathering to represent their loved ones as the inquiry into the deaths of more than 2,000 mental health patients in Essex resumed today. The chair of the Lampard inquiry, Baroness Lampard, said she would seek out the truth following the deaths which happened between 2000 and 2023. Richard Daniel was there.
The number of deaths under investigation by this inquiry is now significantly higher than 2000. And solicitors representing bereaved families say that this inquiry is as important as those concerning the infected blood scandal or the post office. And today, the inquiry's chair, Baroness Kate Lampard, said she is determined to get to the bottom of what went wrong.
Standing in silent protest, bereaved families from across Essex, all determined this phase of the inquiry will lead to permanent improvement in mental health services. The inquiry's aim over the coming weeks to decide whether systemic failures contributed to the deaths of thousands of adults and children in mental health units.
It's horrific. The sexual abuse, the physical abuse, the over medication, the early discharge because they're suicidal, staff asleep. You know, it's all repeated across the nation, but it is barbaric.
She was discharged mid-panic attack. I had her bags thrown at my feet and got told to take her home while she was in the middle of a panic attack. And she said, if I leave now, I will go home and take my own life. I went round to check on her and she'd taken her life.
The chair of the inquiry today said it's of national significance and breaks new ground. It's the first to investigate mental health care. And she sought to reassure families that she's determined to get to the truth of what went wrong.
I've promised that those who have suffered loss and those who have sadly died will always be at the heart of this inquiry. This remains my firm commitment.
A previous independent inquiry foundered after less than a third of essential witnesses, including staff and managers at the Mental Health Trust, failed to come forward to give evidence. This public inquiry has the power to force them to. So, who will we hear from in the next 3 weeks? Key witnesses include a senior nurse with experience in autism and learning disabilities, the former health ombudsman, Sir Rob Burns, and for the first time we'll hear from the chief executive of the Mental Health Trust. Those representing Essex Partnership University Trust have apologised, saying each death is a tragedy. But tomorrow another inquest begins, this time into the death of 16-year-old Elise Sebastian at a unit in Colchester. Families say they need much more evidence that all lessons really are being learnt.
Baroness Lampard told the inquiry she's determined to drill down to find out what went wrong with mental health care in Essex. She said there would be a further 6 hearings over the next 18 months, covering issues such as preventing suicides, compassion fatigue amongst mental health staff, and when it's appropriate to detain someone under the Mental Health Act. She said her final report, which is due in early 2027, will be of national significance in improving mental health care across the country. Tomorrow, the inquiry will examine health and safety failures by the Trust and its failure to take action to prevent more patients from taking their own lives. Richard Daniel, BBC Look.